All right, what's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy, rap coach extraordinaire, leader of the legends, mentor to the motivated, and today we're breaking down our recent song with Ian Balina, cryptocurrency mega star, all that, and myself, How to Rap Drew. This song is called Crypto Family, and it's about the idea that when you're in the cryptocurrency space, you can go anywhere in the world and there'll be people with open arms ready to offer you gifts, take you into their home, great restaurants, great parties, great everything. They're your family. You may have never even met before, and yet they are your new family. So this is another concept song for our work we're doing in the cryptocurrency space, and it's the last of the sort of 90s classic hip-hop era as far as tone, delivery, all that we've done on these recent tracks. We'll be releasing many more of the other tracks as well over the coming weeks and starting to branch out. But this was the last track that we did that kind of had that classic golden era feel up until this point. We may do another one later on. And, you know, this tutorial or this lesson or this discussion, this breakdown, all that is going to kind of go through, as we've been doing with these breakdowns, the songwriting thought processes, what was delivered to me as a songwriter as far as what I'm supposed to put into there, and how it came out, not only for informational purposes, but also so people can see the sort of songwriting process in an unexpected genre. This is not the normal, yo, I'm a rapper, I'm feeling, the pains of the street, let me just make a track, right? This is a little bit different. This is writing for a business. This is writing for a specific niche. And hopefully you'll find some of the breakdown of use to you as a songwriter, or if you're watching this as a crypto fan and just interested in how the space is growing and what we're up to. That's that. Now, before we start it, probably wondering, what about the beat? Where'd you find the beat? The beat is done by a guy named Syndrome, super dope producer. Has done quite a few of the Five Fingers of Death, inspired by Sway in the Morning, and he's done his own, and I really like those. Those are really good for freestyle practice, and I discovered them. And Ian, when he pitched this idea to me, this crypto family idea, he's like, well, let's do something like a Family Business by Kanye West style thing. Now, anybody who knows that track knows it's got this cool, almost nostalgic, atmospheric feel to it. And while I don't know if this beat completely knocked it out of the park in that regard, it does have the nostalgic, reminiscent feel, if reminiscent is a word, to it. And we went through a lot of different beats. We were trying to find that old Kanye sample style. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of those have samples, and we're not trying to get into that world just yet. We still building the music vertical, all that stuff. So this is what we landed on, kind of a nice understated thing. My delivery kind of came out in this old school Nas, lyrical kind of thing, like I said, with the first couple tracks. But we'll kind of go through that as we go step by step through Crypto Family. So here we go. Yeah. 1, 2 to the moon, made man, baby, baby. 1, 2 to the moon, no. My little Biggie shout out there, little Biggie reference. The family, yeah, check it. It's one leap for mankind, floated in the space for dreams we can't find. Everywhere we be, the team won't stand down, cause we need the galaxies, can't reach the damn ground. So what's going on here is in the cryptocurrency space, they've got a lot of talk about moons, shooting to the moon, going to the moon. Obviously, we had the track Moon Lambo. For anybody that's not in crypto or blockchain, that basically just means that a cryptocurrency, a token, shoots up to the top. Like, it's worth a lot of money, like a stock going to the top, right? And to the top for them, somehow they came up with going to the moon. So that's why you're hearing lyrically, we're starting off, one leap for mankind, and in a lot of the tracks that we do for this crypto stuff, I'm messing around with moon images and galaxies and all that kind of stuff. So there's that. That's a belief that ease your damn mind, knowing you got peeps that reach when you gone down. The true recruiters of a new movement, through the FUD and the mud, it's the love to help us move through it. So FUD in crypto talk means, like, what is it? FUD, crypto people, what is it? It's like frustrating, understated disaster or something like that. It basically means a bunch of bullshit. Let's keep it real. I mean, through the bullshit. So I just did the FUD and the mud. But when you hear a crypto person say FUD, they mean nonsense, fake news, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's playing with that. Part of the art in doing a track like this and tracks like these, whether it's for crypto or for any business, is trying to find it be respectable music that doesn't have the slang of the song stick out like a sore thumb, right? So when I'm sliding in the One Leap for Mankind, the moon images, landed on the moon in the Lambo, etc., I'm trying to find ways that it's a respectable song that somebody doesn't know what foot or moon or whatever means, while also retaining the sort of jargon in the space so that the people in the space or the niche can feel it. All right, so let's hit the chorus.
It's all fam, ain't no friends here. The sky bright and the moon clear. I grip the family everywhere the man go. I grip the family even when I ain't.
So the way the chorus, much like Moon Lambo, the chorus is delivered and engineered and mixed and stacked in a way that you can imagine a room full of brothers screaming, you know, chanting the anthem. Crypto family, and go. So I'm kind of giving my voice a little bit of a change so that it sounds like crowds sing along with me, right? So that's one thing I'm doing. And I mention this a lot, you know, for up-and-coming artists and people that are interested in sort of the dynamics of rap delivery is I'm going to change my voice in the chorus usually somewhat, especially if I want the crowd to sing along to it. I've got to do something with my tone and my delivery to make it indicated, even subconsciously, that I want you to sing along to it. All right, so that's one reason I'm rapping like this. Now, the other thing is, I wrote another version. I wrote a first version of the song, and I think it's on Ian's, one of his video blogs or something like that, where you see me like, yo, I got this new song. I don't think they actually put in the cut that I was like, all right, now rap an original version of this track. And he was like, yo, this shit is too wordy, man. It's like, it's not working. Like, he's like, I don't want to sing along to this. He's like, do something more catchy and more like Moon Lambo. He's like, do the moon, landed on the moon in the Lambo, the way we did it. So he said that to me, and I was like, all right, let me go back, you know, wiped off what I had, and I decided to use a very similar tactic that I did to Moon Lambo, which is, you know, what I coach my students on is stretch out the word. That's a great way to get a lot of ground in a chorus. You just, you know, hey, man, go. The ain't home, right? So all I'm doing is finding a word to stretch because that's what the people will sing along to. It also fills out a lot, like half of a bar. You know what I mean? So I have to write less if I'm being lazy, right? So that's kind of the mentality for why the chorus sounds the way it does. Getting the crowd engaged, stretching out words. Easy way to get a pretty decent chorus out of something.
Around the globe, see the fam there. A leap of faith made this land tear. A crypto family ain't nowhere I can go. A crypto family even when I ain't. Yeah, globetrotters who hit the road with ICO knowledge. All
right, so here I kind of go into a little bit more of the rapidy rap, bar, multi-syllable rhyme stuff. I was sitting on, I've been sitting on this rhyme scheme for a minute. Like globetrotters who hit the road out of your knowledge. You know what I mean? Globetrotters, old knowledge, mo knowledge, your wallets. Like, I could have used that, and I probably used it in the past. I might use it again. It's pretty common, but it's in a new format. It's in a new genre. It's in a new niche, new space. So that's another reason why I would pull that out. I was like, all right, well, you know, the first verse was a little bit straightforward. Leap for mankind. So I always try to make verse 2 switch up a little bit and do something a little bit more unexpected. And so in this case, I decided to stack the rhymes and use this rhyme scheme that I kind of been sitting on to fill it out.
Oh, got us with choking growth to pay for your college. No scholar has ever taught me how to hold wallets or show my folks body. I was the most transparent. I was so honest.
All right, so we've ran through the little flashy rhyme scheme, and then I'm going to go into a little bit more. I'm sort of embodying this character of the Ian character as at this time, this song was done in around March. There was a lot of kind of controversy as people were saying that he's a scammer or he's shilling, and all these crypto Twitter and the crypto space is crazy, y'all. Like, so they'll find any reason why you trying to get one over on him. I mean, I guess that's any kind of financial market or anything where people's money and mortgages and all that are on the line. People will lose their mind if you do anything they don't think is cool. I mean, hip hop can be that way too. But Lyrically, what I'm doing is kind of responding in the character. Not that Ian told me to do this, and it's just my little creative interpretation. But that's why I was the most transparent. I was so honest. You know, I even opened myself up when they would scroll comments. Yet I showed those who genuine I'd win with them. And yes, I showed those who listened in successes if they implement, right? So it's the character saying, like, I kept it real with y'all. I was transparent. But I still read these jokes in the comments. But the people that are really down and really understand, they get it, right? So I'm saying it lyrically that way. And this is a great way for the rappers. You know, you got to find a way to maybe embody the character, especially if you're in the writer's block mode, where you're like, damn, well, I did all this clever family crypto talk. Now I'm 4 bars into verse 2. What do I do? You know, it's like, all right, well, what would the character literally say? And in this case, the character is going to say, I was the most transparent. I was so honest. I opened myself up for when I scrolled comments, right? So that's kind of embodying the character, you might call it, from a sort of take-home message.
I know it opened me for jokes when I would scroll comments, and yet it showed those who genuine I win with them. And yes, I showed those who listened in successes if they implement. This ain't advice, this my life I'm trying to bring you in. These ain't my friends, they my fam, I'm akin to them. When we assemble, even if there's no resemblance, the folio's the logo and the moon could be the emblem.
That's a little bit of Lil Wayne in there. You know, building, it's kind of this crescendo delivery, you might call it. I'm gonna say a lot of things that you know, that kind of Lil Wayne thing. So I'm doing the Lil Wayne delivery, and it's kind of, I'm playing with the wordplay while as the wordplay builds, the vocal tone and the vocal intensity builds. Right, that's kind of where I'm going with that.
Yeah, and this space turn a stranger to a best friend, and this way turn the hate into a lesson.
I can tell as a writer. I don't remember writing it. I usually don't remember, you know, the writing sessions because they work so quick. But I could tell that I was like, oh, there's 4 more bars. Let me fill this in. Because if you notice, I kind of go into the crescendo, but then there's 4 more bars. So I kind of fill it out with a more chill flow, a little more simple stuff in order to get those last 4 bars.
The only metric ever matters is the blessings. No more questions. It's all fam, ain't no friends here.
No more questions. That's a little bit of the Kanye monster. A president says a president kick my ass. You know what I mean? You kind of end the verse with, shut up. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe.
The sky bright and the moon clear. A crypto family everywhere the man go. A crypto family even when I ain't. Around the globe, see the fam there. A leap of faith made us land here. A crypto family ain't nowhere I can't go. A crypto family even when I ain't. Yeah, I'm with the family everywhere in the world. Wanna share with the world, yeah.
And this is kind of just like adding a little bit of a refrain or an outro to fill out the beat, but it's not really meant to be something that, it's not a verse, and it's not a proper bridge, is it? Right? It's just kind of, you know, a lot of times I'll see beginner artists and they'll just verse, chorus, beat drives out. I'm a fan, and you'll hear this over the course of the tracks we're doing. I often will throw in an outro or a bridge to fill out that last minute or so of the track. That's just why I do it. I think it fills it out nicely. It gives it one more thing that the crowd can channel on to, can remember. If there's any lyrical idea that I haven't quite pushed out yet, I'll throw it in there at that point. You know, so that's that.
Crypto family everywhere in the world. Want to share with the world. Come on, yeah. I'm with the family every place I could be. Up in space with the team. Come on, yeah. A crypto family on the way to our dreams with the strength to believe, you know.
And then maybe somebody might ask, like, so did you write all this? And I actually did in this case. Sometimes I'll just, in the booth, just be like, yeah. And I'll just do it a couple times until I figure out what I'm going to say. In this case, I did write those down because you can see there's a little bit of lyrical complexity with it. Space with the team and, like, you know what I mean?
I'm with the fam now. Yeah, up in the Lambo.
Yeah, I definitely wrote all this.
I'm with the crew, though. Yeah, up on the moon, though. Yeah, I'm with the team now. Yeah, the market rebound. Yeah, I'm with the family. Yeah, no, that's a guarantee. It's all fam, ain't no.
Yeah, so I even I threw in the chorus one more time. So that verse 3 essentially is an extended bridge. I don't know. I honestly don't remember what I was thinking, but I probably was trying not to overwrap it. I can remember that Ian had told me like crypto retirement, you kind of overwrapped a little bit. So just ease up on that whole like 3/16s. You know, the rap music listeners' ear is kind of, their attention span is shortened a little bit. So you got to keep it simpler, and you'll see that in the future songs I go simpler and simpler and simpler. Sounds like I'm saying simpler. What up to my Hungarian fans? But so, you know, verse 3 is bridges. It's just random bridges. You know, reminds me of what the J. Cole. No role models. I mean, no role models. If I'm not mistaken, verse 3 is just, you know, just random hooks. But if they're good, and it feels natural.
Friends here, the sky bright and the moon clear. A crypto family everywhere the man go. A crypto family even when I ain't home. Around the globe, see the fam there. A leap of faith made this land tear. A crypto family ain't nowhere I can't go. A crypto family even when I ain't home.
Yeah, and so I guess I just let it ride out there. Yeah, so overall, you know, the take-homes from this track, I'd say for songwriters and people who are watching this from a sort of what can I learn, what can I do, number one, you know, you can use the stretch, man, though, moon in a Lambo, like stretch out the words in the chorus as a real quick fix to times in which you're struggling with a chorus. I'm sure, and we got a lot of tracks left to break down, and we're making more, but I'm sure you'll see this tactic used again on my part. This is a good opportunity if you hear, you know, another one of your rappers that you admire using it, you can be like, oh, that's the stretch trick, right, blah, blah, blah. So that's one. Two, you know, that trick of verse 3 can just be bridges and refrains and all these kind of other stuff. So one, you're not feeling like the pressure of the writer's block all the time because you're like, well, I can just fill it out with sort of breakdowns. And then two, it will keep the sing-songiness of it, even in the case of something like this, that is this rapidy, classic golden era feel. Number three, I'd say, you know, you don't have to be so beholden to, oh, it should sound like Family Business because that's what he said. And if it doesn't have a super strong piano like Family Business does or a sample, then it's not like Family Business, where I think that we did a pretty good job of retaining that kind of nostalgic, melancholic feel despite that. All right, so that's Crypto Family Breakdown for y'all. Next, we got Crypto Slowdown coming up. Total change in vibe. I might actually do 100x as the next breakdown. Let me see. We'll see how I feel. But we got a complete change in vibe from now on in the music we're doing with Ian. We're going into more modern sounds. But those first three kind of put us on the map in the crypto space. There's a lot of love for those, especially amongst this sort of London town, the real hip-hop heads. The good, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're like, they love it in London. Oh, it's terrible. Thanks for watching. Peace and blessings. I'm out.